Okay, let's be honest. If you've ever tried to lose fat, you know the internet is just a total minefield of confusing and contradictory advice. So today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're getting straight to the science-backed truth about how fat loss actually works. I mean, you've probably heard it all before, right? All the tips, the tricks, the hacks, but the results just don't seem to show up. And man, is it frustrating. So the real question is, which pieces of common advice are just complete myths?
Oh yeah, you've seen the ads. Creams that supposedly melt fat away, workouts that promise perfect abs, special pills to shrink your waist. We're going to tackle these myths head on. But to really understand why they're wrong, we first need to get a handle on the basics of how our bodies actually work.
All right, so first things first, how does your body even store fat in the first place? Seriously, understanding this one thing is the key to getting real, lasting results. Okay, so think of your body like it has a pantry for energy. When you eat, your body grabs the energy it needs right then and there to function. But any extra calories, well, those get converted and packed away into fat cells. It's basically saving that energy for later. It's actually a pretty brilliant survival mechanism when you think about it.
Now, where we store all that extra energy, that is largely decided by our genetics and hormones. So as you can see here, men tend to pack it on around the belly and upper body. For women, it's more often in the hips, thighs, and lower stomach. You can't really change this. It's just our biological blueprint.
And get this, not all fat is created equal, not even close. The fat you can literally pinch right under your skin, that's called subcutaneous fat. But it's the fat you can't see that's the real problem. It's called visceral fat, and it's packed deep down around your internal organs. This stuff is the truly dangerous type. High levels of it can dramatically increase your risk for serious health issues like heart disease and diabetes. This is why losing fat is about so much more than just how you look. It's fundamentally about your long-term health.
Okay, now that we've got the science down, it is time for my favorite part. Let's bust some of the biggest fat loss myths out there. And let's start with a big one, maybe the biggest one of all, spot reduction. This is that belief that you can pick and choose exactly where your body burns fat from.
So, I hate to break it to you, but doing 1,000 crunches a day will not specifically burn belly fat. When your body needs energy, it pulls that energy from fat stores all over your body, not just from the muscles you're working out. Where you lose it from first? Well, you can thank your parents for that, because it's all down to genetics, not your workout.
Next up, we have the myth of the quote-unquote fat-melting products. You know the ones, the creams, the wraps, the pads that promise to make fat just disappear right off your skin.
So here's the trick, and it's a simple one. These products just cause localized dehydration. You lose water, not fat. So yeah, you might see a temporary change on the measuring tape, but it's just water weight. The second you rehydrate, you're right back where you started because zero actual fat was burned.
Ah, the magic pill. The ultimate promise, right? A simple supplement that does all the hard work for you. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry built almost entirely on this one single myth. Here's the simple truth. No pill or tea can magically remove fat from your body. And just think about it for a second. If a product truly worked as a fat burner, don't you think it would be one of the most prescribed medicines on the entire planet? Yeah, it's not.
Now this one's a bit more recent, and it's totally tied to our modern, sedentary lifestyles. It's the idea that the physical act of sitting is what gives you a belly.
So let's be super clear. The act of sitting itself does not create fat. The real cause is a calorie surplus, eating more energy than your body uses. Now, a desk job definitely contributes because you're burning far fewer calories than someone with a physically active job, and that means it's way easier to end up in that surplus. The problem isn't the chair. It's the energy imbalance.
Okay, so we have officially busted the myths. Now, let's get to the most important part of this whole thing. What actually works?
After all that complicated advice and all those confusing products, you might be thinking the answer is going to be super complex too. But here's the good news. The truth is refreshingly simple. In fact, this whole massive topic, it all boils down to just two fundamental principles that govern all fat loss for everyone, every time. No exceptions.
That's it. Seriously, it's not about magic foods. It's not about a secret workout routine. It is all about creating an energy deficit. You either need to consume less energy or you need to expend more energy. And, ideally, you're doing a bit of both.
So how do you actually put that into practice?
Well, to eat fewer calories, you focus on things like whole foods, getting enough protein, and watching your portion sizes while cutting back on processed junk. And to burn more calories, you focus on stuff that gets your heart rate up, like cardio, and also building muscle with strength training. Because, fun fact, muscle burns more calories than fat, even when you're just sitting around.
Okay, let's bring this all home. There's one final, really crucial distinction you have to understand if you want long-term success. Do you ever step on the scale and see you've dropped like 5 pounds overnight? That's weight loss, but it's mostly just water. True fat loss, the good stuff, is slower. It takes consistency, but it's the only kind that actually changes your body shape, improves your health, and most importantly, lasts. So, if we boil everything we've talked about down, it comes to this. 3 keys to success. Number 1, eat smarter, not just less. Number 2, move your body more and in ways you actually enjoy. And number 3, the most important of all, stay consistent. Because at the end of the day, this isn't really just about changing how you look. It's about fundamentally improving your entire quality of life. When you focus on sustainable fat loss, every single aspect of your well-being improves right along with it. The real prize isn't a number on a scale. It's a better life.